Hello, everyone, and this is episode 53 of the Reverse Sweep podcast. And we were all thinking podcast करें कि नहीं करें because once again, horrible show. Words ही नहीं है, किसी से भी जाके हार जाते हैं. And just like I had said in the last episode, everything in the Virat Kohli era is about nearly there. तो नियरली सब कॉन्कर कर लिया. इंग्लैंड में एस्ट्रिक के साथ कॉन्कर कर लिया कि 2-1 अहेड थे, एक साल बाद जीतेंगे. साउथ अफ्रीका वाज द फाइनल फ्रंटियर वेयर दे वर प्लेइंग अननोन्स. लाइक इट वाज ऑलमोस्ट लाइक प्लेइंग अगेंस्ट बांग्लादेश साइड और समथिंग लाइक दैट. एंड वहां पे हार के आ गए. तो लेट्स क्विकली स्टार्ट ऑफ. वी हैव सिद्धार्थ एंड पीयूष. विल स्टार्ट विद सिद्धार्थ. विल स्टार्ट विद पीयूष पहले. पीयूष, क्या लगता है आपको? बुमराह 10 पर अभी भी लोडिंग हो रहा है?
भाई वो पुजारा को
बुमराह तो
सबसे
कुछ नहीं कह सकते यार.
बुमराह 5 विकेट पहले इनिंग्स में, दूसरे इनिंग्स में भी अच्छा किया. पुजारा ने एक
चलो
इम्पोर्टेंट
बुमराह को
कैच.
छोड़ देते हैं. हाँ, आते
पर
हैं
काफी
पर
पुराने पे.
व्हाट अ टर्न ऑफ इवेंट्स. लाइक अपन लोग ने एक साल पहले हाफ स्ट्रेंथ टीम से फुल स्ट्रेंथ ऑस्ट्रेलिया को हराया व्हेन नो वन एक्सपेक्टेड. एंड नाउ
एक ही फर्क था उस टीम और इस टीम में.
और अब अपन हाफ स्ट्रेंथ मतलब पूरा न्यूबी साउथ अफ्रीका टीम के साथ फुल स्ट्रेंथ इंडिया हार गई. मतलब तो बहुत ही निराशाजनक परफॉर्मेंस था. मतलब बैटिंग में तो क्या बोले. और मेरे को इसमें लगता है कि सबसे ज्यादा ब्लेम, people are afraid to put the blame, but I will blame Rahul Dravid and Virat Kohli both, because they didn't have that power to remove Rahane and Pujara after they have done nothing, like literally nothing in the last 3 matches apart from that one partnership which they got.
रहाणे पुजारा भी और एक अश्विन
लॉट
का
आओ
सिलेक्शन.
शास्त्री.
हाँ, वो उसमें तो मैं बाद में आऊंगा. पर अब वो तो टीम सिलेक्शन में बाद में आएंगे. पर आप हर समय ये एक्सपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते कि योर बॉलिंग लाइनअप इज गुड सो दे विल बेल यू आउट एवरी टाइम, बिकॉज ये बैटिंग कोलैप्स अभी से नहीं हो रहा है. ऑस्ट्रेलिया में भी हुआ, इंग्लैंड में भी हुआ, होम में भी हुआ, बाहर भी हुआ, हर जगह बैटिंग कोलैप्स
हर जगह.
मतलब ये बॉलिंग कैन विन यू अप टू सर्टेन लेवल. मतलब आप फर्स्ट बैटिंग कर रहे, टॉस जीतने के बाद you are scoring 200 when you should have scored 300 both the last 2 matches. matlab I think everyone has to take the collective blame, like I told last time as well, that what is happening with the Indian cricket batting is only one person will perform, that is opener में से कोई एक परफॉर्म करेगा. फिर सीधा पंत या अश्विन या ठाकुर में से तीनों में से कोई एक नीचे का बंदा 40-50 रन मार के थोड़ा टोटल बढ़ा देगा. बट बीच में we have seen a collective failure since a long, and we have been saying, and Virat Kohli after that also he's telling we will continue to back our experienced player because they have won you matches. Like he's living in 2015-16 जब पुजारा 200 बॉल खेल लेता था, वो मतलब 1-2 साल पुराना. अब तो उससे एक बॉल भी नहीं खेली जाती. मतलब क्या ही हो गया. और still if they keep on backing those player, I think it will be a sad, because I feel sad for a bowling attack mainly because they put in hard shift every time. Today also first session they bowled really well. They didn't get the wicket obviously because the match was already lost. Like South Africa knew they have 2 days, they had to make around 100 runs. No way
100
that
for 12 8
वो
wickets
वैसा
तो match
collapse
was
तो मुश्किल था. And but somewhere you got to feel bad for your bowling lineup, be it Shardul Thakur, be it Bumrah, be it Shami, who have done so well in the past, and after giving their 100% still they didn't get the results. So somehow very disappointing results. And I think Rahul Dravid and Kohli should man up and take the blame and stop criticizing that 45 minutes of laps and all that.
30 to 35 is his bad.
That's
30 to 35.
that is just an excuse.
45.
That is just an excuse
because
because
बना दिया.
मतलब ऐसा नहीं है कि खुद पे blame लो कि टीम सिलेक्शन गलत था. मतलब when you had someone like Vihari and everyone, but yeah, very disappointing.
अय्यर लेके गए थे साउथ अफ्रीका फर्स्ट टाइम एवर.
बिहारी साउथ अफ्रीका एक अगेंस्ट इतना खेला एंड एक जो टेस्ट खेला ही परफॉर्म्ड एडमिरेबली वेल.
And मतलब it's horrible, like you said. सबसे बड़ा पॉइंट तो यही है कि अपने bowlers, I mean, what else can they do? What else can our bowlers do? हम अपने जितने भी टेस्ट मैच जीते हैं, it's all about opening में से someone performs. Even in this series, Rahul got 100 and Virat Kohli pointed out as that big positive.
And that was the only match we won based on
that was the only match we won. Middle order अपना है ही नहीं. पंत ने कभी contribute कर दिया तो कर दिया. बाकी कोहली, पुजारा, रहाणे में चलो कोहली this time you can't point a finger because whatever he
One
did, I
innings
mean,
out of 4.
well, 79 was a good innings, but it was horrible, horrible. Matlab, uh, Keegan Peterson, Rassi Vander Dusen,
But
Kemba
Dean
but
Bavuma,
Elgar even to some extent.
like
so
the
ऐसे
players we
ऐसे
used to
बैटिंग
call
ऑर्डर
quota
से
picks.
मतलब
but
हाँ
one thing which we
In players ko we
discussed,
used to call quota picks, and they have
हाँ और टेम्बा
outperformed our
बावुमा
superstars.
मतलब
but whatever happened
बावुमा
was, the one thing that surprised me was South Africa's batting, because I never expected them to do well. Everyone
But
knew that their bowling is quite good with
भाई they were
Rabada.
not doing well 200 रन बनाना
at
कौन
the
सा
end
doing
of the
well
day,
है
like हमारी bowling को भी तो blame करना पड़ेगा किसी level पे. Like I mean, I know that they have won us so many matches, and I know that like our batting has obviously failed, but like South Africa are chasing down 240 for 3 wickets, 210 for 3 wickets. Like these are not average scores by any stretch of imagination. Like fourth innings में we've seen कि 200 और 250 is not easy, and South Africa are chasing it down so
but in
easily.
both cases it was a day 3 day 4
But
kind of pitch ना
मैं
मतलब it was
एक और
not
चीज बता
यार
रहा हूँ, वो
एकदम
हमने भी
last day
उससे
pitch
immediately before that we
नहीं
also batted ना, तो
नहीं
like
वही
bowlers
वही तो
have,
मैं बता रहा हूँ कि
if their
वही
बॉलर्स
बोल रहा हूँ
bowlers
मैं
can
हाँ
do it, our bowlers can also do it. Like
नहीं वैसा नहीं है, बट अपने बैट्समैन इतने खराब है ना कि अब उनको उनके बॉलर्स को ज्यादा कुछ करना नहीं पड़ता अपने
and there is no
बैट्समैन.
pressure there
हाँ
is no pressure
and
ना
so
मतलब
they
like
can
हम
leave all the balls they want, and they can play
but
very
at
very
the end of the
sensibly.
day 240 for 3, even like day 3 day 4, like these are इतना easily तो नहीं होना चाहिए
अरे तो
chase
ड्रॉप
fourth
कैचेस
inning
वो सब ठीक है, पर आई थिंक आफ्टर द फर्स्ट सेशन दे लॉस्ट एवरीथिंग. मतलब वो मतलब फाइट भी चले गया था. और द थिंग इज दे हैड नो प्रेशर बिकॉज यू गेट 2 days to bat, and if the wicket is like
they
behaving exceptionally bad, or a day 4 or a day 4, if they would have got 1.5 days to chase this 240, I think India would have probably defended the total. But the thing is, when
I
they had
think
two
एक
and a
और
half
like
days,
bowling tactics were also puzzling in some ways. Like seemed like we were playing 5 pure bowlers and rely 2 ही लोगों पे कर रहे थे. Like Bumrah had bowled I think like 17 out of like 50 overs in this inning. Shami had also like बाकी लोग खिला क्यों रहे हो अगर you don't trust them in crunch situations. Even first inning में Bumrah had overbowled. Not a slight against Bumrah, but like clearly like अगर हम extra batsmen नहीं खिला रहे, 5 bowler खिला रहे हैं, फिर बाकी bowlers को like you're freezing them out for such a long time. Like that was
and
also a very confusing aspect.
कुछ भी clarity नहीं है. That's right, like Siddharth said, कुछ भी clarity नहीं है. You don't pick Ashwin as a captain even though he's the most senior because you might not play him. Then you play him and then you hardly bowl him. मतलब opponent वाले तो
Even
महाराज को
Shardul hardly bowled in the first inning जब end में ही आया, and he took Rabada when he was starting to get going.
तो
And
मतलब
so
the tactics तो are baffling. But I think South Africa, yeah, they batted well, but they haven't batted that well in my
at the
opinion.
end of the day, like in some ways, it's also a accumulation of our bowling effort, and like
And plus
these guys are
the batsman never gave a really big total. I mean 240 yes, but I feel कि एक बार वो opening partnership
it
हो
should
गई,
be enough
top 3
in
हो
the
गए.
fourth
so
innings.
all this, but there were a lot of controversies as well in this test match. So let's discuss the controversy that happened with the
क्रिएट की
DRS.
गई कंट्रोवर्सी मुझे तो लगा
But the thing,
जबरदस्ती DRS
सब
को
यार
जबरदस्ती
ये
कुछ हुआ
तो
नहीं.
so what are your
डोनाल्ड ट्रम्प
thoughts?
लेवल वाली कंट्रोवर्सी थी कि भाई यहाँ हम
हाँ
सही हैं, दुनिया झूठी है, सब हमारे अगेंस्ट मिले हुए हैं. That was actually one of the more embarrassing parts of this test कि like हमने जो इतना spirit दिखाया है last 3-4 years in test cricket ऑस्ट्रेलिया में when we were battered and bruised, like net bowler आगे खेल रहे हैं तब भी we showed spirit and heart. The first time like we're under genuine pressure in maybe like couple years, like ऐसे react कर रहे हैं बच्चों की तरह.
But
That
नहीं
was
ऐसा
like humiliating to
हाँ
see.
but what do you think, Malay? Like, was the DRS like when you see with the where it hit the pad, and should it have
see
been different,
when I was watching
or
it
is it
on
a
TV
fault
also
in the technology?
when see the Hawkeye is never reliable, so that is proven. But even when I was watching I felt it would been clipping the stumps, but
But
maybe matlab, and it was
but
not
how
that
much
big
of
a
a
moment.
chance is there that like a multi-million-dollar technology with so many simulations versus our eyes? Chalo, it can be wrong, we know that, but there is a much
हाँ
bigger probability that our eyes are wrong.
And ऐसे बहुत सारे
And
situations हुए, for
regardless of
example,
whether or not the technology is wrong, they're like blaming South Africa of cheating, Super Sport of colluding. That part really was the most
for
embarrassing part of the test.
for example, World Cup 2011 में when Ajmal had got such an LBW, and it was plumb in front. मतलब if you look at the replay again, you would feel oh, this is out. And then somehow Hawkeye showed कि no, it was spinning too much. So all these things happen. I mean,
पाकिस्तान ने खेलना थोड़ा ना छोड़ दिया
हाँ,
and like
माइक पे
Star
जाके
Sports
बोल
को
रहे
blame करना थोड़ा ना
हो
शुरू
यू
किया.
शुड ट्राई बेटर सुपर स्पोर्ट और सैंड पेपर का रेफरेंस. इट वाज इडियोटिक. एंड केएल राहुल तो मेरे को उसको देख के लगा कि ही जस्ट मतलब फोमो में ही वाज फीलिंग कि नहीं यार मुझे भी कुछ बोलना चाहिए, आई एम वाइस कैप्टन. तो पीछे से उसने एक लाइन बोल दिया कि इट्स अस
उसका
अगेंस्ट.
पता नहीं 11 people से क्या ऑब्सेशन है. इंग्लैंड में भी बोला था you come at us, all 11 of us will come back at you. उसके बाद
he was not
78
even
ऑल आउट हुए
interested.
थे.
मेरे को देख के
यहाँ
लगा कि
पे
उसको लग
11
रहा है कि
गए.
यार मैं वाइस कैप्टन हूँ, मुझे कुछ बोलना चाहिए तो मैं कुछ तो बोल देता हूँ. एंड
कोहली
द
का
फर्स्ट थिंग
चाटना
दैट केम टू हिज
चाहिए.
माइंड वाज इट इज अस अगेंस्ट 11 वर्सेस द एंटायर कंट्री, या जो भी उसने बोला. बट इट वाज वेरी एम्बैरेसिंग.
And which is like
डिसीजन
very
वाज रॉन्ग, बट
ironic of
कम
Indian
ऑन.
to
I
say.
don't think it was embarrassing. Like you just do the banter. Like something sometimes
यार
people take.
banter थोड़ा ना, वो तो
नहीं नहीं,
clearly
बैंटर
like
नहीं था
there
यार.
is
वी
one thing is banter
एंड
that is clearly being rattled. Like पहले जो कोहली एल्गार को बोल रहा था कि we know who wanted it called off in Joburg 2018, that was good banter. Like उस लेवल तक ठीक है. ये तो clearly you're rattled and
नहीं
banter
वो
दूसरी
तो
टीम के
एंड
साथ करते हैं, सुपर
वो तो
स्पोर्ट्स
होंगे
के
ही
साथ
ना.
क्यों करते हैं?
उसके
मतलब
बाद हमने
I will tell you why
40-50
कोहली.
रन भी तो दे दिए उस स्ट्रेच में. दैट
हाँ
वाज
10
मोर
ओवर में, and
क्रूशियल.
that was like basically कि हम we have given up in the match.
But the main reason why Kohli was rattled is because we are at our 53 episodes, then we will reach 71st before him.
हाँ तो भाई
So
अगर
that
वो
was another
LBW देता
reason
उसको
that he was
100 थोड़ा ना
rattled.
मिल
भाई
जाता.
नहीं होगा अब उससे. उसने सब कुछ करके
And
देख
at
लिया.
the
आज
end
इस
of the
बार
day, Elgar only made 10 runs after that. Anyway,
हाँ,
But
इस बार उसने पूरा टिक के 200 बॉल खेल के भी देख लिया. नहीं होगा उससे. तो आई
अभी
थिंक मैंने
श्रीलंका
ट्वीट
आ
पढ़ा
रही
था.
है ना.
नहीं हो पाएगा
इसलिए
यार.
तो
श्रीलंका है इम्प्रूव. श्रीलंका ने अभी अभी किसको हराया? श्रीलंका ने वेस्ट इंडीज को हराया. किसी को हराया?
तो
मतलब श्रीलंका
श्रीलंका
है
ने,
ऑल्सो इम्प्रूव्ड. किसी से तो
but
अच्छा खेल रहा नहीं
in
है.
home conditions like that is his, that Sri Lanka and Bangladesh at home is his best chance ever.
इंग्लैंड से भी यही सोचा था. फिर वो मोइन अली के बॉल पे बोल्ड हो गया. तो नहीं नहीं होगा. मुझे लग नहीं रहा है.
But
मतलब
England
वी
like
कैन.
really sums up how
नहीं तो
embarrassing
जब
this defeat is, because England का हम इतना मजाक उड़ाते हैं टेस्ट क्रिकेट में, and वो भी आगे साउथ अफ्रीका आके they demolished South Africa, like 3-1 जीते और हर मैच every one of the 3 wins they utterly demolished them. And तब से
but
Duplessis has retired,
but do
Peacock left
do
midway.
do but
That
one more
puts into
question.
perspective how
वो
embarrassing
वो
this
तो ठीक है,
defeat is.
but do you think that we expected more from like when you go back 2-3 years back, and if we had traveled to a visiting country and no one would have given us a chance, like no one would have
Yeah,
reacted
but
the way, no, let me finish, like no one would have reacted the way the reaction is now. So was it that
ये
we
ये
we
ये साउथ
we were
अफ्रीकन टीम होती तो
overconfident?
वी वुड हैव रिएक्टेड
I think हाँ, like
2011
last South
onwards.
Africa tour में it was justified कि चलो we fought hard, their team was too good, ठीक है. But now like I see this on par with a tour against West Indies. हम West Indies जाते जीतना expect करते हैं ना, भले ही away tour है. I don't see this like on paper South Africa team is too much better than West Indies, at least in
कौन
my
था
opinion.
यार उस टीम
But
में?
you have to
मतलब
give credit to their bowling lineup. Their bowling is actually good, because how is
But
if
ours should be on par or better ना.
no, our bowling is good, but our batting is what I'm trying to tell
नहीं,
is.
but if you look at it, it's I mean in the end it was the contributions from the middle order जो नहीं थे, right? मतलब top order contributed in I think 2 of the 3 tests. Kohli also did well in the
1.5.
third one. हाँ चलो 1.5 मान लेते हैं. Kohli also did well in one test and had a decent inning. Another one
Rahane
as well.
Pujara actually did well in one test too.
हाँ, रहाणे पुजारा also did well in patches. पंत ने भी चलो 100 बना दिया. It was just the problem of Indian cricket as in big matches in general. We just don't do well together. मतलब World Cup के बड़े matches ले लो, WTC ले लो, ये series ले लो.
So we
Every
should
time
call
there is
ourselves as the new chokers.
हाँ, we are cricket. 100% we
that
are.
should have been the case long before. Of though.
Whenever there is genuine pressure against this team, we crumble. We couldn't draw a test match in what 2.5 days in the
पर
WTC
एक तो
final.
मेरे को ऐसा लगता है कि इंडिया को हमेशा पहला टेस्ट हार जाना चाहिए. इंग्लैंड से पहला टेस्ट हारे, सीरीज जीत गए. यहाँ उल्टा हुआ, पहली बार पहला टेस्ट जीते और फिर सीरीज हार गए. मतलब ये तो अलग ही
अरे
चीज है.
सोचो यार, साउथ अफ्रीका एकदम खत्म टीम. उनका एक जो बैट्समैन था जो थोड़ा बहुत डिकॉक, उसने भी छोड़
वो
दिया था
बीच में
पहले
छोड़ के
टेस्ट
चला
में.
गया.
अब वो सब तो ठीक है,
अरे
बट
यार.
एंड
वन मोर शॉकिंग.
आधे लोगों के नाम भी नहीं सुने होंगे मोस्ट लोगों ने. लाइक आई
हाँ
डोंट थिंक द
मतलब
लाइक्स ऑफ
टेम्बा बाउमा
पीटरसन,
नंबर 4.
वेरेन एंड
But one more selection decision which I
हाँ.
found it very amusing is, and I also told in the second, after the second test match in our pod as well, that you have Ashwin, he cannot even bat now. He bowled 18 or 19
he
overs
can't bowl.
altogether.
Like he's not really a
No, bat.
reliable bowler.
पता नहीं
No,
क्या
I'm telling
क्या.
bat. No, what I'm trying to tell is you have him as a spinner, and he bowled 18 to 19 overs combined in 2 innings, whereas India bowled around how many overs? More than 140 or 30 overs, whatever. But out of that, he only bowled 19. So my point, which I raised in the second episode, was he should have been dropped, because those 15, 16 overs even Vihari can do, even Iyer can do, anyone can do. Like if they just want spin, because and if we had a reliable batsman, he could have contributed at least say 20, 30, 40 runs, like someone like Iyer or Vihari, because they are genuine batsmen and they could have done that role, and that would have given us the SO. So do you think that they made a mistake
100%, but
selecting
see
Ashwin?
I think
that
maybe they
is
picked him on the name itself. कि पहले भी controversy हुई थी when they dropped Ashwin a few times. So I think now maybe they were just a little.
So what
नहीं,
is
it's
Rahul
simple.
Dravid?
I haven't seen Rahul Dravid make even one strong decision so far. एक भी बड़ा decision. Even Shikhar Dhawan's dropping or not inclusion was sugar coated. पहले उसको बोले थे कि हम वर्ल्ड कप के लिए रेडी कर रहे हैं, and पता नहीं क्या क्या ड्रामा बोला था. So not even one big decision has been taken objectively saying कि this is why we are
Except
dropping
for
him.
sacking Virat Kohli.
वो तो उसने नहीं लिया ना, वो तो
captain.
बीसीसीआई का डिसीजन था वो, एंड
but
दैट
do
वाज
you-
कमिंग बिकॉज़ if you lose the World Cup T20 in such a horrible manner, you deserve to be sacked, and I think Virat himself understood that. Anyway, Piyush, you continue.
But so is it like Rahul Dravid is too afraid, or is he playing a safe game by not dropping big names? Because the thing is, I really like dropping Ashwin in England, because he would have not been useful at all. And like people were arguing that why Jadeja is playing, because Jadeja is 100 times a batsman.
And
Ashwin
Jadeja
is
is like a pure batsman at this point.
and Jadeja is a better fielder as well, and he gives you those overs, because if
Jadeja is probably the top 2 or 3 test batsmen in the last 2-3 years. Like उसका तो comparison ही नहीं है.
So that is what. But then I think that was a rookie mistake, which I think we did, like having Ashwin play, because he made what 8 runs, 2 runs in the next second
एक में
innings.
40 बनाए बस. That's about it.
बस वो
And
तो
actually, like
concentration.
South Africa also made the same mistake with Maharaj, and Maharaj bowled like much fewer than Ashwin, and he's not even like half the
भाई
batsman
they were
even
playing
Ashwin is.
Maharaj as night watchman and fielder.
हाँ
कम
तो
से कम वो
मतलब
फील्ड तो करता है,
like
मूव तो
that
करता है
even
फील्ड पे.
amplifies the embarrassment. He basically lost to a 10-man team. उसमें भी
हाँ करेक्ट.
like
महाराज को
आधे
तो they were using as नाइट वॉचमैन, और इस टाइप से 2-3 ओवर करा दिए चेंज. जैसे if we were using Iyer, maybe if Iyer was playing 2-3 ओवर कभी
maybe
कभी
like
करा दिए
सोचा होगा कि
बिहारी से.
अगर इंडिया हिंदी में टैक्टिक्स बात कर रहे हैं तो महाराज ट्रांसलेट करके बता देगा, इसलिए खिला रहे थे. बट अदरवाइज ही वाज अ कंप्लीट पैसेंजर. अश्विन जितनी भी बॉलिंग नहीं करी उसने.
I really feel bad for Hanuma Vihari. Like last game he played, and he did fairly well in both the innings. Stabilized whatever he can contributed better than Rane Pujara combined. But still,
and उसके पहले like the one test he played before that, he literally risked his body to save a test match for our country.
So if you are Hanuma Vihari, then obviously you will have to feel bad looking at those performances. So my next question is, like, Siddharth, what do you think future of this team lies? Like, do you think a major revamp is needed in that middle order with likes of Pujara, Rane obviously going out, and try someone like Vihari? Obviously, then we can try someone like Gill or
Gill, Iyer and Vihari. Yeah, I think
Vihari.
like अब तो there is little like अभी तो
कौन
we
सा
have
Iyer?
fairly easy tours coming up home पे, तो I think it's the best chance to try some new players, because like they'll like get a sense of
नहीं
confidence.
भाई,
he'll
मैं
win.
बता रहा हूँ उससे भी बेटर चांस है. उससे भी बेटर चांस है to give free runs to Pujara and Rahane and make them stay for another 2-3 years.
हाँ, World Test Championship 2023 फाइनल में भी पुजारा रहाणे बाहर आएंगे.
Best chance है ना. One more series you give them, they've already
रहाणे से
gone
तो
got
आसान
30-40
होम कोर्स पे
runs.
भी नहीं होता. पुजारा तो फिर भी होम बुली है, रहाणे से तो वो भी नहीं होता.
क्या वो बोली है 200 बॉल
But
खेल के 50 रन बना.
but that is like quite shocking on how long we can back those players in the name of the experience, because when you look into the future, like all the teams are getting stronger. Only India is getting weaker due to that batting. Like if we have the best
And I
batting,
think like at the
best
end of the
bowling
day,
lineup, and still if we are not winning the World Test Championship in the peak of what our bowlers is, because after 2-3 years in the next cycle, maybe you won't get the peak of Bumrah or peak of Shami or peak of whoever it is. And even you might, because Ashwin, Jadeja and everyone will become older in after the 2023
अश्विन तो
cycle.
नहीं खेलेगा यार तब
Ah,
तक.
so after
कितना
the
खेलेगा.
2023,
also be
even
done probably by
you
then.
won't have Rohit as well. So I think if they don't win it in 2023, अब तो final में भी पहुंचने का पता नहीं.
फाइनल में पहुंचेंगे कि नहीं वो देखो पहले.
क्योंकि
अभी तो अभी
but I think if we win all the home series, क्योंकि पूरा next cycle तक पूरी home series ही है, अब कोई भी अवे सीरीज नहीं है, तो होम में तो अपन लोग हर गेम व्हाइट वॉश अगर कर दिए तो आई थिंक वी शुड बी गुड टू रीच द फाइनल्स. बट द टॉकिंग पॉइंट इज
भाई
हाउ
ये
वी,
फाइनल में अगर पुजारा और रहाणे खेल रहे हैं तो फिर क्या
तो
फायदा
कोई
हुआ.
मतलब ही नहीं.
फाइनल है कहाँ. फाइनल होगा कहाँ इस वाले साइकिल का.
नहीं, वापिस शायद तक लॉर्ड्स में ही है जहां तक अभी तक बोल रहे
तो
हो.
कहाँ जीतेंगे फिर.
तो वो अभी तक
डिपेंड्स ऑन
जीतेंगे तो
कौन अगेंस्ट भी होता है.
पहले पहुंच जाए वो बड़ी बात
मोस्टली
है. बट
ऑस्ट्रेलिया होगी. लुक्स लाइक ऑस्ट्रेलिया होगी.
Could also be Pakistan because they also have very
हाँ,
easy
they are also
fixtures
doing
away
well.
tours. उनके सारे
मे बी
आसान.
आईसीसी फिक्सिंग कर दे इंडिया पाकिस्तान WTC फाइनल.
वो सब तो ठीक है. बट आई थिंक दिस
वो भी
टेस्ट सीरीज
हारेगा
शुड बी,
कोहली.
आई थिंक दिस इज द लास्ट of Rahane and Pujara that we are seeing, and hopefully we try to build.
We've
मेरे
said
को
that too many times in the past, so let's
मैं
hope
I
that
can
it is.
guarantee they both will play in the home series and they will both get runs. फ्री के रन बनाएंगे
I
श्रीलंका
think
को bully
Rahane is
करके.
a bigger chance to get dropped than Pujara because एक वो सोच सकते हैं कि स्पेशलिस्ट नंबर 3 नहीं है, and Rahane has already been dropped as vice captain, so that shows that at least they are having second thoughts. But
I
I
don't know.
think
तो
Rahane is
Rahane
more
dropped
likely
as
to be
हाँ वो
dropped
तो
than Pujara.
पता नहीं
But
make
कोई ना
sense
कोई
but I
scapegoat ढूंढना ही पड़ेगा, तो कुछ तो they have to make changes.
but leaving this aside now, again a disappointing performance. Hopefully, like people are listening, and like even a rookie can make those changes. I think Rahul Dravid should man up or take those bold decisions, because कितने दिन तक तुम you hide behind your good boy image. अपनी पूरे करियर में good boy image बन के रहा, अभी तो कोचिंग में आ गया है, उसमें भी उसको good boy अगर बन के रहना है तो that is I think won't help in the longer run. But what done is done. Home series, IPL auction coming, but before that we do have the ODI series. Do we have T20s as well? No.
No T20
Only
got
ODI.
cancelled because of
One
COVID.
more thing on the test that I just wanted to bring up, and like, so in the bigger picture, like we have heard so much about this team and like how it is like one of the greatest teams ever to play test cricket. People, including our ex-coach, have compared it to West Indies of the 80s and Australia of the 2000s. So like at the end of the day, now if we look at it, like, and some people have called Virat Kohli one of the greatest test captains ever, but at the end of the day, agar hum dekhen to like from my perspective, I don't even think this is the greatest Indian test cricket side that I haven't seen in just my lifetime. Like if we look at it, the side we had from 2007 and 10, they won in New Zealand, they won in England. This team hasn't won in either of those yet. They drew a series in South Africa. We didn't do that either. And they should have won a series in Australia and were genuinely robbed by some poor officiating, unlike ये जो drama बनाया था. So if we look at it, like हमने इतना praise किया है कोहली को कि he has changed test cricket, but at the end of the day, Dhoni has won the same number of Sena tours as Kohli, and that 2007 to 10 side has actually achieved more, despite all the hype that this side has gotten as an all-time great side.
That is a valid point. Also, I think the
What do you think?
major highlight of Virat Kohli in this match वो ताली बजाना था. मतलब यहाँ पर लोग उसको इतना प्रेस कर रहे हैं कि भाई ताली ताली बजा रहा है, व्हाट अ लीडरशिप, व्हाट अ मैन.
हाँ,
एंड व्हेन
पिछले मैच में like a lot of people were saying कि KL की captaincy
हाँ
is
केएल
the
केएल
reason like Virat
हाँ
Kohli. We have never lost when Kohli has defended 150. Now at least we can see that it was more than KL, and
हाँ
it didn't
तो
take a rocket scientist to know that Test cricket में stand-in captain ज़्यादा कितना ही कर सकता है, when especially when the actual captain is right there. So obviously he was getting tips from him, but at least now we can see that it wasn't KL's captaincy.
but
Now that
वे
it has gone.
But वो that 30-minute stretch after that Elgar LBW वो तो
वो तो
that
like
should be
yeah,
watched
तभी
again
like
and
हार
again.
मान ली थी basically, lost our heads. अगर तब थोड़ा pressure बना के रखते, you know, South Africa has collapsed. तो last innings में ही collapse हुआ था. They were 159 for 4, and though 211 all out was very.
but also one of the
didn't
आज
problem
सुबह
that
भी
is still
they
going on
bowled
is
some tight lines सुबह आज सुबह भी sorry they bowled some tight lines उसके बाद आज भी the moment एक तो they just threw in the towel and
but
basically वो spirit and all that we will make it hell for them and
हाँ, जो
कोई
तालियां
हंसेगा
इतनी
नहीं and all
बजवाई
that
थी वो एक DRS कॉल की वजह से छूट गई.
और वो भी 10 रन बाद बंदा आउट भी हो गया यार मतलब
वो सब तो ठीक है but I think one more thing which is still troubling this side is in the first inning they were 6 for 150 or something like that, and then unka tail made 60-70 runs like again time and after again and again the tail always somehow manages to score 50-60-70 runs against our bowling.
भाई
I don't know
बट
what is
साउथ
happening.
अफ्रीका की टेल और टॉप ऑर्डर में
No,
बहुत ज्यादा फर्क नहीं है मतलब
Honestly
इट्स
ज्यादा
नॉट
फर्क नहीं.
लाइक
अरे मतलब
मतलब ये
टेल की
लोग भी
बात नहीं है
वैसे
but
ही है सब
you look at all the series that happened in the past. You look at Australia series, you look at England series, you look at New Zealand home series. मतलब हर सीरीज में सामने ऑपोजिशन की टेल अपने को ट्रबल किया. मतलब you leak those 50-60 runs which turns out to be a huge in the end, because if we had a lead of 50-60 and we had scored 200 210 whatever, भले वो हारते जीतते वो नहीं, but those 50-60 runs
प्रेशर
are
भी
very
ज्यादा बनता है, and maybe we would have batted differently with a bigger
हाँ
lead
वही.
as well.
So
बहुत
एंड थोड़े
good
रन्स होते हैं
make
ना
up.
तो यू कैन एक्सपेरिमेंट मोर यहाँ तो ऐसा होता है कि द
And
मोमेंट दे
South
वर
Africa
ट्राइंग
would
टू
have been
हार्ड
under the pump. They would
but
have had different lines. So
दो तीन
like
चौके
it
पड़े
has a huge ripple effect more than just a run
just a
itself.
last question. So how would you rate that Pant inning in the second inning? Like how good was Pant after a disappointing second test match? How good he was in the third one?
I think that was one of the best
फर्स्ट
test innings I've ever seen from an Indian. Like 198 में 100 banana, not out in that circumstance. Like he has copped a lot of flack for his performances and attitude, but I think like that was pretty much flawless. Like you could not ask for more. And
What are your
given
thoughts
the
about Pant?
situation, it's just sad that he couldn't get any support. But as he has shown time and time again, like he is somebody who rises up when the pressure is on him, which we can't say about a lot of people on this team.
True, but again, it was an amazing innings. But वही है, we just don't click together. मतलब it's always
पहले कोहली अकेला, फिर
पंत
पंत
चल गया,
अकेला,
फिर कोहली चल गया. मतलब वो
सब साथ में.
collective unit. And whereas if you look at South Africa's patterns, at least in both their chases, everyone contributes. मतलब Elgar and
वही अरे
PL
अपने
Peterson की
अपने
बात
वाले
थोड़ा
होती
ऐसा
है.
थोड़ा करके कंट्रीब्यूट करेंगे, सब 20-30 बनाएंगे. Like nobody is like
हाँ,
making the 0,
that is what I
5,
was saying कि South Africa
7.
ने कुछ बहुत extraordinary नहीं किया. It was
They
just
actually had 0 hundreds in this series, and
they
their
just
batting
needed
was
what
still
every
outstanding.
time they needed 200 to 250 and एक बार 250 chase में on a third fourth day pitch if you have got to 150 for 2-3 wickets then you know the pressure is off. मतलब 100 रन बनाने you know कि out भी हो जाए तो मार मार के ही बन जाएंगे. तो I don't think they were extraordinary South Africa, but yeah, credit to their bowling, or I don't know, I mean a horrible batting
Maybe I
because
guess like South Africa के अगले tours में we'll see really if it was us being really bad or them being really great, because in the past, like last 2-3 years, they have lost home series to Sri Lanka and England. Not
मतलब
outstanding team.
श्रीलंका हरा के चली गई थी भाई
White
उनको.
wash करके चले गए
श्रीलंका
यार. और
श्रीलंका
England like
मतलब you understand श्रीलंका.
but I think this defeat will hurt these players a lot.
has to.
But
नहीं कुछ
But
नहीं हर्ट होगा
again,
भाई,
then
कुछ नहीं हर्ट
this
होगा.
might not even be like top 2 embarrassments we've had in the last 1 year.
वही
कोहली
कुछ
के
कुछ कुछ हर्ट नहीं होगा, सब कुछ ब्रश अंडर। डॉक्यूमेंट्री चलाओ गैबा की 2020
अरे वो
21
डॉक्यूमेंट्री आज
ग्रेटेस्ट
रिलीज हो गई
कमबैक।
ना,
हाँ एक एपिसोड देखा मैंने, एडिलेड
इसमें सोनी
एबेरेशन।
लिव में आई है।
हाँ सोनी लिव में, सोनी
चलो
टीवी में
सही
एक
टाइम पे
एपिसोड
रिलीज
देखा
कर
मैंने।
दी उन्होंने अभी की।
हाँ
हाँ बस बस वही डॉक्यूमेंट्री देखो, खुश हो बिकॉज जीत गए। उसके बाद वर्ल्ड कप हुआ जिसमें पाकिस्तान से हारे, न्यूजीलैंड से तो हॉरिबल, मतलब अभी भी सोच के डर लगता है वो गेम, व्हेन
बट अब
इंडिया डिसाइडेड टू प्ले 20 ओवर्स एंड गेट 111 रन्स।
वेरी वेरी सैड।
मतलब हार्दिक
बट
पांड्या ट्राइंग
स्कॉटलैंड
टू,
नामीबिया को bully करके वापस आए।
चलो वो
हाँ
सब
उसके
चलता
बाद
है।
फिर स्कॉटलैंड नामीबिया, एंड देन दैट वाज मेड एज अ दिस इज द ट्रू अस, ये हमारी
हाँ
असली
यार,
पहचान है
दिस इज
कि
अस विद
अफगानिस्तान
फ्रीडम।
को
तो
मारते।
भाई फ्रीडम के साथ play।
अनबिलीवेबल।
सही है,
मतलब
पर अब
इतना
ठीक है,
बेशरम।
टेस्ट तो खत्म हुआ। लेट्स, ओडीआई सीरीज इज अबाउट टू स्टार्ट। आई एम
But
एक्साइटेड।
ODI series doesn't really matter as much as it's
या
so.
बट आई एम एक्साइटेड टू
इट
सी सम
मैटर्स ना,
न्यू प्लेयर्स।
कोहली इज नॉट कैप्टन। कोहली है, खेलेगा।
हाँ हाँ, खेलेगा खेलेगा। अभी तक तो
मोस्टली
लीड लिया नहीं है।
मोस्टली वी विल व्हाइट
बट
वॉश द
हाँ
ओडीआईस।
चलो, ODI सीरीज में भी हार गए तो people will say कोहली की
But are
कैप्टनसी
you
में।
excited to see Gaikwad and Venkatesh Iyer and Dhawan back in the ODI setup with no Rohit? I think Dhawan and KL Rahul are likely to
I
start.
think KL might still bat at 5 because उसका long term वही रोल
तो
रहा ना,
ओपनिंग कौन
तो
करेगा,
नहीं
गायकवाड
बट
एंड
now
धवन?
Kohli
गायकवाड
is
को करवा
gone,
सकते हैं।
now Kohli is gone, so that harakiri is not मतलब valid, maybe नया thought process है, but Dhawan is not back. Dhawan knows the moment Rohit is back he'll be out, no, पूरा
I
long term
don't
वो वही
think he
करेगा।
should be like it, not at least in one days until he has bad series, because
But
अभी
but
तक he has done nothing wrong in one days,
but I've
but
not
he had
no,
also done nothing wrong in T20s.
I've not
हाँ
seen South Africa's ODI squad, but do you think that I'm more excited to see Gaikwad get
ज्यादातर
chances?
लोग नहीं
And
पता
I'm
होंगे उनके ओडीआई में
intrigued
भी।
to see who we go at number 4. I think number 5 if we
Iyer,
have KL, and number
four is a
6 we have
four is a
which
year,
Iyer,
no, Shreyas.
कौन सा? But सूर्य कुमार और पंत भी तो हो सकते हैं, so
अच्छा हाँ, वो दो
those
भी तो है।
like
But
those three for one role, because I guess they will go with Venkatesh Iyer at 6, and if they stick to what they're stuck in the past, KL at 5. So that will be interesting to see, because all these guys have like great potential and have done great things in the limited opportunities. तो वो interesting होगा देखने के लिए number 4 पे कौन खिलाएंगे।
so we
एक
have
बार मैं
three.
साउथ अफ्रीका की स्क्वाड बता देता हूँ। बाउमा कैप्टन है, टेम्बा बाउमा। टीम इस बंदे से हार गए यार। जुबैर हमजा, जानेमन मलान, एडन माकरम, डेविड मिलर,
I think Janeman
ब्रांडन
Malan has a great record in
हाँ इज अ
one day
गुड
cricket
प्लेयर।
so far.
मार्को जैनसन, वेन पार्नेल अभी भी खेल रहा है भाई,
हैं?
अभी
Wayne
भी
ये
Parnell
ये बंदा अभी
10
भी है?
साल पहले खेलता था,
क्रिक बस पे
deleted
तो
है।
दिखा रहा है। एंडिले फेक्लुक्वायो, ड्वेन प्रिटोरियस, क्विंटन डिकॉक, काइल वेरेन, केशव महाराज, सिसांडा मगाला, इंगीडी, रबाडा, शम्सी। डिसेंट है मतलब,
हाँ
हार
मतलब
गए तो
like
फिर
again I think
आ गए।
very below average side. Like
हाँ,
और
but
क्या,
again if we
but
don't
they're
beat,
coming off a very good T20 World Cup. Honestly, I was very pleasantly surprised by South Africa
I
in the
was
T20।
surprised too, but T20 is a different kind of sport. Like one day में your vulnerabilities get
so
exposed more
just
because you have to
before
bat
that
much longer.
before that 19th January when the first ODI starts, do you think India will whitewash South Africa? Yes, no?
I think it will be
No,
कितने टेस्ट, 3 वनडे हैं।
तीन है।
3 वनडे
I think
हैं, 2 1।
2-1 होगा, but we should whitewash them, but I think they will win one.
ये प्रणव आ गए।
Pranav is making a
प्रणव
1 minute
प्रणव से
appearance.
प्रणव से
Hi,
रैंट
sorry.
करा लेते हैं। प्रणव you can rant and then we'll close the episode।
This is the most embarrassing series defeat for India in this entire millennium. Nothing can really make up for this embarrassing defeat to this South African
5-0
side.
दोनों, धोनी के 5-0 माफ हो गए, सॉरी 4-0 माफ हो गए।
यार उस टाइम पे, but at least I honestly think this is
Yeah,
more embarrassing
this is
too.
worse. I mean, look, तभी तो
The
at least
quality of sides
बुड्ढे
at least
टीम
उस
थे
टाइम पे
यार.
तो हम होप भी नहीं करते थे कि एक भी टेस्ट
हाँ,
जीतेंगे, तो
बुड्ढे लोग थे यार, and great England side,
बुढ़े लोग
albeit
थे
Aus.
वो। opposition were great, England were world number 1 dominant, ऑस्ट्रेलिया में जीते
Aus,
थे, इंडिया में जीते थे,
Aus was not great, but still, yeah, this is like India.
ऑस्ट्रेलिया।
India was like expected to win 3-0.
एंड उस
2-1
टाइम पे
हारने की तो
हमारे
दूर की
बॉलर
बात
विनय
है.
कुमार, पंकज सिंह होते थे।
आरपी सिंह, लेजेंडरी
Old
आरपी
उमेश
आरपी सिंह
सिंह
यादव.
कॉल
तो
बैक।
छुट्टी पे
मतलब
Old
बुलाया
उमेश
था
बेचारा
यादव.
यूएस से।
फ्लोरिडा में छुट्टी मना रहा था, उसको
हाँ,
नहीं,
धोनी
धोनी ने
मास्टर
बुला
क्लास.
दिया। बंदा
But यार
फर्स्ट ओवर
तो
फेंकता है
यार उमेश
110
यादव is,
किलोमीटर।
this is 11 or 12 years since Umesh Yadav debuted and he's still useless bowler overseas. And he still has played and he still proved us right. I mean, इतने गालियां खाने के बाद भी बंदा in Test cricket overseas does the same old thing. I mean,
Umesh over Ishant was a puzzling
But
inclusion as well.
these two guys, you see, Malay and Pranav, in our WhatsApp group, they told anything above 200 is easily defendable against the batting side in both the matches. And then
Malay said 150. Yeah, correction. Malay said
Malay
150.
said
होना
150
तो
enough.
चाहिए था वैसे, like let's
Yeah.
be
डिफेंडेबल
honest
तो
against
होना ही
this
चाहिए था भाई,
batting lineup.
लॉजिक तो यही. See,
And Pranav,
I am a
240 was
statistics
240
guy.
was a good score. 240.
Kohli has never lost before this defending
हाँ.
150. तो
but
मुझे लगा कि
whatever,
कर लेगा इस बार भी, लेकिन अब
Pranav finally had his wish to come here for 1 minute special appearance, because we are about to end our episode, and with the last prediction of the ODI series, we'll start with the prediction which Malay gave. He told he was the only one to tell that South Africa will win the series. So I'll jump up to him and ask him, like, what do you think will be the final? Who will win the series, the ODI series?
ODI series, I think I'll go with India whitewash. I think
India
it's
whitewash.
the whole agenda of Kohli being the virus is being furthered and pushed, and I think it will be pushed even more because now that he's out of the
Okay,
captaincy and
let's
everything,
go to
India will
Pranav.
do well.
Pranav, India or South Africa?
After losing one series, it really doesn't matter. But I think India will win the ODI series so that we can quash rumors of unrest and whatnot in the team. And as Malay said, once now that Kohli will not be captain, India will play better cricket and win. South Africa will probably be high on the Test series win and not even bother of ODIs.
And one day,
They have a
and like
different team,
one day में they are
almost
pretty
different
mediocre.
team.
Like at least I think 2 matches will be either India make 300, 350, and then South Africa get bowled out for 150, 180, or South Africa made 200 batting first and India chase it down in 30 overs. But I think that's what happened in the last one day series in South Africa.
But will
So
Kohli
we
get
won
71? ये important बात है. Kohli will he
Nah,
get
nah,
71?
not possible.
No,
Not
not
possible.
here. Maybe against Bangladesh.
चलो
Sri
मतलब
Lanka. 100
But
Test
actually,
in
this is a
Bangalore.
great chance for him because South Africa's bowling in limited overs is not the greatest.
चलो अब ठीक है, देखते हैं. I also think if anything less than a whitewash against this
It will
South
be
Africa
embarrassing,
team, it
but
will
I
be
think South
embarrassing.
Africa might win one match.
Let's hope that we do take little bit of badla, whatever it is. But
भाई,
yeah,
कुछ
कोई
बदला
बदला
नहीं
नहीं
है.
है
This
भाई,
is
कोई
like
बदला नहीं है
Star
भाई.
Sports.
ये सब मेंटालिटी.
ठीक है
ये
चलो
Star
छोड़ो.
Sports वाली हरकतें हो
पैरों
गई कि
के बीच
न्यूजीलैंड
में
से हर
पूंछ
वर्ल्ड कप
पकड़ी
में
हुई है
बेइज्जती करा
हमारी.
के टेस्ट सीरीज में बोलो कि बदला.
All of us
बदला
are wearing black.
मतलब
All of us are in black mourning India's abysmal series
इंडिया अगर
defeat.
हर मैच 500 रन से भी जीते फिर भी बदला नहीं होगा.
and just to add to Siddharth's that final point कि भाई please कोई स्टार स्पोर्ट्स से कॉन्ट्रैक्ट ले लो या फिर सनी गावस्कर
Yes.
जैसे लोगों को प्लीज कमेंट्री बॉक्स
भाई उससे अच्छा मेरे को ले लो भाई.
See, I said that na. Star is very unlucky for India. The last time we won under Star was in 2007. उसके बाद से 4040 भी Star के अंडर ही हुआ है. So
And apparently now we have found out that actually broadcasters do matter a lot because
Yes.
SuperSport
हाँ,
Man of the
अश्विन ने
series
बोल
for
दिया
South
you
Africa.
should try better
But
next time
हाँ,
Super
on a
Sport.
personal note, all I'll say is I hope we win
SuperSport
the
का
series.
CEO आया था एल्गार की जगह ट्रॉफी उठाने सीरीज के लिए. वो बस उन्होंने ब्रॉडकास्ट चेंज कर दिया था.
I just hope
Super
we
Sports
win the
through
series
करेगा,
for one
अश्विन को
reason.
मजा आएगा फिर.
I don't want to
Full
hear
masala.
Pommy and Mangwa go, oh, each time South Africa does something good. I mean, that is one thing everyone can miss very happily. You don't have to hear it. Oh, each time South Africa takes a wicket, or Philander says Sammy and Ashwin not pronouncing their names properly and all the other nonsense
भाई तो
commentary.
अपने our own commentators हमारे अपने क्या है?
Agreed. But these
मतलब
people were.
अरे मैं बोल रहा हूँ वो सब
just
वो सब छोड़ते.
one more thing, Krish, one more thing. The worst part was ऋषभ पंत कल 48 पे खेल रहा था and lunch होने वाला था and Sunil Gavaskar instead of appreciating how well he's playing बंदा बोलता है he's trying to complete his 50 before lunch इसीलिए ये जल्दी भाग रहा है. मतलब यार
Bhakwaskar for a reason. He's a boomer who's
सिर्फ
way
सिर्फ
beyond
only
his
thing I
sell-by
want to
date.
discuss is the
And
personal
if Pranav is calling somebody a boomer, you know they are really a boomer.
Absolutely. And
मतलब
include
उसने
Mike,
दो बॉल
दिमाग
पहले
नीचे से आगे
also
बढ़ता ही नहीं.
include Mike Haseman and Mark Nicholas, who both just love the sound of their voice. Mark Nicholas had no idea Rishabh Pant hit a 6. He realized after 2 minutes that the ball went way into the stands.
But at least
Just
their
because
voices
of-
are pleasant. Sunny Gavaskar
Yes,
की तो
yes,
आवाज
yes,
सुन के भी
agreed.
नींद आ जाती है.
Minus his pleasant voice, Mark Nicholas is just a Sunny Gavaskar.
अरे भाई ठीक है, I am telling that
पीयूष
I am a free
भाई
agent.
बंद करो, मुझे
Agreed.
जाना है,
Let's
मेरा
get
ऑफिस
Piyush
है।
on commentary.
मेरे
Piyush on
कमेंट्री में
commentary.
लाओ मस्त.
सुपर स्पोर्ट को बोलते हैं पीयूष को साइन करे। वैसे ही
चलो
सुपर
बट
स्पोर्ट अभी सीरीज जीता है, पीयूष भी बड़ा आदमी है, आई थिंक गुड मैच।
बट आई थिंक
अश्विन व्लॉग
This-
करेगा, व्लॉग भी ट्रैक करना होगा,
अरे वो सब तो
इसीलिए तो
ठीक
गया
है.
कुछ तो
लेट मी
करेगा।
टेल यू
अश्विन
जस्ट वन मोर
अश्विन
थिंग, ओडीआई टीम में अश्विन इज देयर, ओह ही इज
नहीं.
देयर इन
Yes,
ओडीआई
yes.
टीम आल्सो।
अरे भाई
अरे
वो
है
अश्विन
भाई।
Ashwin is there and
अश्विन
Ashwin is
अश्विन
playing next World Cup. लिख के ले लो. He's
I
playing
think
next World
Ashwin
Cup.
Ashwin should focus in career on making vlogs on his YouTube channel rather than just going on a paid vacation to
Don't forget,
countries like
this is all
South
Rohit Sharma is doing. Don't forget, Rohit Sharma वापस लाया उसको T20 में।
अरे but he was good in T20 man.
अरे
That is
भाई,
not a
Virat
thing.
ने
got
बोला
him
था ना
back, यार.
अश्विन लाने को, तो गांगुली सेट
नहीं
कोहली
नहीं,
वांटेड
it was
Ganguly said Virat.
famous कि it was Rohit Sharma's insistence।
गांगुली ने तो बोला था कोहली वांटेड अश्विन।
Yes, Ganguly said that Kohli wanted Ashwin,
But
so we
I don't
specifically
know
got
how
him
much
back.
you can trust the guy.
Ganguly
But
is the
I'm
Kohli तो
telling
also
you-
told Ganguly is lied।
Yeah, but
उसका हुआ
whatever.
क्या by the way?
अरे वो सब we will
चेतन शर्मा ने बोला कि कोहली वाज
we
लाइन,
will have another episode just to discuss
Yes,
Saurabh Ganguly controversy. We will have a panel discussion
yes.
for that. But for now, the thing
माई
is
11
everyone should
सर्कल से
go.
पॉडकास्ट स्पॉन्सर
try-
करवा देते, क्या पता
Yes,
दादा आ जाए।
and yes, we can also get Sunil
Boria
Gavaskar
को
to
बुला
talk
लो।
in favor of Virat Kohli, maybe.
But whatever, अभी रुको, अभी सुन लो भाई.
नहीं नहीं नहीं, सुनील गावस्कर will come and say कि तुम लोग अपने अगले 20 पॉडकास्ट जल्दी जल्दी कर लो so that you have individual record of getting to 71 before Kohli।
And
Sunil
turn
Gavaskar
one
is
podcast
only
into
concerned
two,
about-
smart cricket, turn singles into doubles।
भाई वो सब तो ठीक है, वो सब तो
बोलेगा
ठीक है,
एक बड़े एक एपिसोड को दो में स्प्लिट कर लो।
ठीक है.
और
ठीक है
बड़े
guys.
पॉडकास्ट क्या, छोटा
It was
पॉडकास्ट
it was good to host everyone. Otherwise, they are so rattled after the India's defeat. Everyone should go cry little bit, whatever they want to do. But thank you guys for showing all the support. Do follow us on Twitter for daily great content, and do follow us on Instagram for special
Weekly
podcast
day
clips, podcast special clips, and also do follow Reverse Sweep Podcast on YouTube. And do keep watching and keep supporting, and see you guys in the next episode. Hopefully we come back and we have a smile on our face. We always have, but still we come and
Yes,
thank you
we
guys.
would have smashed Sri Lanka by then. Our pet
Okay,
Sri Lanka.
so
by then.
thank you guys. See you.
Pet.
Share, like,
you guys.
subscribe, comment. Thank you. Tata. Sayonara. Bye bye.
Bye bye।